Hello everyone and welcome back to another installment of Life Stories. Today we are deviating from the usual entitled parental suspects, back over to Reddit / Idontworkherelady. As usual, my name is Trent. Let's get started. Our first story is, I made the mistake of wearing a bright red hoodie to Target. This happened to me over the weekend, so the dialogue is just the gist of what happened. I don't have as good of a play-by-play memory as some people. I had stopped by Target to grab some snacks on my way home to watch the NFL playoff games. I was on my phone trying to figure out what kind of chips and stuff people would want when I got approached by a lady asking what section buns were in. She asked nicely, said excuse me and all that, so I gladly helped her. Didn't cross my mind that she may have come up to me because she thought I worked there. After she left, I went back to my phone, kinda aimlessly looking between chips on the shelf and Reddit while I waited for someone to message back. That's when I realized my error in clothing choices. Another lady in the aisle, this one with her kid and less courteous, had walked up closer to me while I was helping the other. After I went back to my phone, she started to clear her throat while standing uncomfortably close. I thought maybe I was in her way, so I just sorta sidestepped and went about my day. Mind you, I'm holding a red basket this entire time. This apparently was the most disrespectful thing this woman had ever seen, because it sent her off the rails. "Who do you think you are ignoring me?" Excuse me? I've been waiting patiently for you to help me, and you're just on your phone texting on the clock. Then you decide to help some rando who walked up to you before me. I'm taking this to your manager." She then proceeded to snatch the phone from my hand, throw it in her purse, and start to walk off. All while dragging her kid behind her, who's doing the best to make himself invisible. I ran in front, stretched my arms out, and demanded she give me back my phone. I told her I don't work here, and if she doesn't, I'll be happy to go find a manager for her. "I'll give it back to you after you get a manager. This is unacceptable." "Ma'am, I seriously do not work here. Please, give me my phone." "Manager first." "Fine, F it. Follow me." We then proceeded to walk to the front, all while she was giving her kid a lecture about how important it is for him to always be respectful to others. My eyes still hurt from how hard I rolled them. Soon as we got to the front help desk, I asked where the manager was. They pointed out a guy in a button-up shirt. I'll call him Bob. "Excuse me, sir. This woman has stolen my phone and refuses to return it. Do you know who I can talk to about that?" I'm sorry, what?" "This employee is lying. I caught him slacking off on his phone and refusing to help me." She then proceeded to go on and on about never being able to find anything and how no one here is helpful while she handed my phone to Bob. Sir, is this your phone?" Yes, she snatched it out of my hands, put it in her purse, and walked away. Who can I talk to about theft? I can have someone escort her out, but we have a courtesy officer in the store if you would like me to find him. That's fine. Kicking her out would be enough. "Escort me out? For what? He wasn't doing his job!" "Ma'am, this man does not work here. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. You took a customer's personal belongings." She began to make even more of a scene, alternating between trying to apologize to me, yelling insults at the manager motioning her towards the door, and yelling about how they can't kick her out and that she had a right to be there. I felt bad for the kid, but I also really wasn't in the mood to have my phone stolen. This is why you gotta scout out the stores you go to before you shop. You never know when you'll match the colors of the employees. Big life lesson here, take it from me. Blue at Best Buy? Hell no. Moving on to our second story, we are away from retail and into someone's home. Lady at a party demands I make her a drink. My friend's parents were throwing a party for high-end clients. They themselves have a huge fancy house, right on the water, floor-to-ceiling windows, indoor and outdoor swimming pools, 2 bars, one in the den and one by the outdoor swimming pool. Heated toilet seats, hot tubs in the bedroom, whole shebang. My friend had invited a few friends to attend as well. However, we decided to stay away from the main event, which was by the outdoor pool bar, and just hang out by the bar in the den. There may be about 8 of us hanging out down there, and maybe 60 people hanging out back. They hired 2 bartenders to serve drinks from the pool bar, and had a live band. We occasionally wandered up there to get a drink, and would just duck behind the bar to grab drinks, but decided we could just drink from what was available in the den bar, since it was loud and crowded up there. So, scene. Us, several early to mid-20-somethings hanging out, drinking around this bar, not really dressed up like the other guests. I'm behind the bar, making myself a drink. Lady in a red dress, mid-40s, aka Mrs. Wow, walks in from outside and comes up to the bar. "Hey, can you make me a Cosmo?" Okay, sure. I pause, realizing I don't know what goes in a Cosmo. What goes in that again? She looks at me like I'm stupid. Wow, shouldn't you know how to make that? Me, not following and kind of offended by how she's talking to me. I know I've made them before, but they're not my drink of choice, and it's been a while. Actually, I'm not even sure if they have all the ingredients down here. But you should know how to make a Cosmo. Isn't that pretty basic? Wow, how did you even get this gig? I was getting a bit pissy, but finally caught on, so I'm a bit testy in my response. I don't work here. I'm a guest, like you. I was just trying to help you to be nice. She has the good sense to apologize and finally seemed to register that we were just a bunch of young people hanging out. She made a hasty retreat without a drink. It was night and day how she went from condescending to apologetic, like suddenly I was worth normal social niceties. This is why I don't trust anyone who's mean to those who help. And for me, personally, this is why I don't party. Also, I'm a giant shut-in who's afraid of the sun, but what do you know? That's irrelevant, right? And our next story is titled, Woman Thought I Was a Worker When I Was Waiting for My Grandma. I'm a 15-year-old female, and I work as a cashier at a local store. Not at the store the story happens in, though. I was shopping with my grandma, and we were getting gifts for my little cousin, because her birthday was just coming up. She had to go to the bathroom, so I was waiting in the kids section for her on my phone. Now that I've set the scene for you, let's get into the story. I was just standing there on my phone, just looking through social media, and I felt a light tap on the shoulder. I look up to a middle-aged woman who's trying to look at something I was standing in front of. I moved out of her way, and we start a conversation about her daughter as she was getting a toy and what I recommended. She got a few things and went on her way, and I went back to my phone. I feel another tap on my shoulder. I look up again, expecting the same woman, but instead, I was greeted by a younger-looking woman standing there. So once again, I moved out for thinking I was in front of something she was trying to get to, and she kind of just looked at me, puzzled. Are you really trying to walk away from a customer? I get it you don't want to help me, but that's still really rude. Also, why are you on your phone? The woman said in a snobby voice. Oh, I think there's a misunderstanding here. I don't work here. I'm just waiting for my grandma. But you were just helping that other woman. It was just to... Stop being a bratty kid and help me. By this time, my grandma had only been gone for like 5 minutes and had just gotten back. I ignored the snobby woman and just started to walk away with my grandma, but she continued yelling from behind me. How freaking dare you? You won't come to help me, but you'll help this old lady? Now that got me mad, because no one disrespects my grandma. She is amazingly sweet and a precious bundle of joy. I look at my grandma, and she was just looking at me with this confused and concerned face. So I turned around and said in a whisper yell, Listen, lady, I don't work here. I tried telling you this, but you keep yelling at me. I've been calm and haven't cursed at all yet. You are being immature and rude. The woman tried to interrupt me, but I wouldn't let her. No, listen to me. You can either believe me and leave me alone, or be embarrassed when you complain to the manager, and they shut you up by telling you I don't work here. And with that, she just stood there staring at me like I took a crap on her head. So I took that as a sign she would stop bothering me, and turned around and left. Sorry the story doesn't have a more interesting ending, but I'm just glad I was able to shut that woman up. This girl is an exemplary human being. We should be defending our loved ones versus the Karens, and the whisper yell is a great tactic to employ to ensure they don't attack us further. Good stuff. And with that, we have one more story. Lady messes with a short-tempered truck driver. I'm a truck driver, and even the simplest search of my post history will tell you I'm short-tempered and have a mouth fouler than a brothel toilet, so here it goes. So, I was in a Walmart in the Sticks, Wisconsin. Now, by my company's policy, we're required to wear safety vests while on duty. I had stopped for a break and was too lazy to take it off, so I'm getting some grub and snacks and pull up to the self-checkout. Cue Karen McCrap. Excuse me, where can I find extension cords? Don't know, lady. Go find someone else who works here. I don't care if you're off duty. You help customers if they need something. No, I don't work here at all. Don't lie to me. I can see you wearing the uniform. Lady, seriously, buzz off. Not everyone who wears a vest works here. Oh, well, I demand to speak to your manager, and I demand you get the heck out of my face. Yeah, by this time, attention has been got, and a manager comes over and asks what the problem is. I laugh as she speaks to the manager. Your employee here, yeah ma'am, he doesn't work here. So she listened to him say that, but ignored me? Oh, no apology either, but I honestly didn't want one. Not the most spectacular story, but one that fits the fine subreddit nonetheless. Neither of us won that, but it was a thing that happened. Well, that was indeed a thing. He is correct. And with that, that is all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Trent. This has been Life Stories. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content coming soon, and I hope to see you guys soon.